Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Sorare looks like it seems to be on the up, and yeah, obviously with the most recent announcement of their December calendar, if you guys haven't seen it, they've done a recent announcement on all of the changes and things that will be happening in December. I thought it'd be a good time to make a video on that sort of topic of the Sorare sort of update on my journey and my thoughts behind Sorare and its sort of trajectory. Now, as I was about to record this video, I've seen that they've just added a new lineup builder, which I thought would be a great start to this video, and we can have a little look to see what they might have changed. So this is all fresh to me, guys. I'm reading this for the first time, and I thought, what better way to do it than in this video? So we'll start off then. So it looks like composing your lineup got a new look, so I'm assuming they've put a new UI in, as you can see a little preview here. So it says bigger card view, so we can see that on the side there, and more bench players for immersive feel. Okay, so we'll have a little look into that. Scout smarter with the new market tab directly in the builder. Again, obviously they're pushing people to go to the market, which is good for Sorare and its business, so fair play. And then last but not least, we have enhancing filtering options, including starting predictions percentage. So what they're trying to do here, obviously, is sort of cut out the middleman with Sorare data, where a lot of people, for those of you guys that don't know, will do their lineup building in Sorare data just here. You can see I have sort of had pre-selected ahead of the fixtures, but yeah. So I guess they're trying to cut out that middleman and make it all on the website, which is obviously, they're working in partnership with Sorare Data to do that, which I'm sure not many people will be complaining at. So it also adds more improvements are on the way. Advanced view, you'll be able to access detailed stats for bench players on the web. Okay. Real-time rule checking. Know instantly if a player does not meet the requirements. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. So how I read that is sort of, yeah, they're looking to enhance it even more and take it maybe even beyond further than Sorare Data has in their lineup builder. So let's have a little look what that actually looks like in Sorare's platform here. So let's see if they've changed it. So let's just say I go to here we are. So instantly we're met with a slightly larger, slightly bigger on the left side, which is always a good thing. It helps people with bad eyes like myself. Then we have a roster on the left and then market on the right. Wow, so it does look a lot easier. You can see the prices and stuff. That's really nice actually. See the club that they play for, or you can see the fixture actually. Interesting. I would like to see them make it a bit more. Obviously, we know Pickford plays for Everton, but maybe they could make this tab a little bit more obvious which club they play for. Maybe like make their club green or something like that. But apart from that, looks pretty good. You've got the little percentages of what they would if you would buy them as well. Quite interesting. I like that addition. It obviously incentivizes people to buy more, which a lot of people have been sort of upset with Sorare recently, which is, it's been a bit stale recently. It does need these changes that are coming in the next month or two to sort of elevate it again in the right direction, because at the minute it's been sort of downwards, really hard to make content on, as you guys can tell from content creators not making much. Yeah, whereas at the start of the season, obviously it was kind of it was quite easy. So with lots of going on, but yeah, started to die down a bit. But I do like this addition. You can change it so average scores. You can do it on form. That's quite cool, and you can do popular player. Don't know. Does that mean? Does that mean for your personal club how popular they are, or how popular they are in general? I'm not too sure. Um, be interesting if that is in general most followed. That might come into some sort of strategy being played here, because obviously if I see this, for example, and I'm stuck between Martinez and Pope for whatever reason, then it would probably incline me more to pick Pope as he's less popular. which is something to think about because obviously people love FPL, love differential players and things like that. Definitely a strategy to think about. I've always been pushing for Sorare to add more of a skill gap, in the sense of like just more strategies, more options, and things like that. Obviously in Rivals, as this format sort of reminds me of Rivals, and obviously in Rivals there's a bit of a skill gap in the sense of tactic, and it creates that that the creates another dimension, in Rivals as you don't get in Pro. Um, but yeah, I think that's something they're definitely looking to do in the future, maybe. But yeah, I like the new additions of the UI. So I did want to quickly touch upon the calendar as well, my sort of thoughts on it. I know you might have watched or you might have already seen some content on the December calendar, or you've seen it yourself. But yeah, just to quickly go over it for myself. Obviously, the European stuff, that's always good. Um, Looks like they're changing card requirements here, for the competitions. Although reading it, it looks very similar to what it has been. So yeah, not too much change there. The main bit that we're all excited for is this calendar here. So straight away, obviously, I do appreciate that So Rare give us a calendar before the actual month starts because it allows you to plan. Again, it creates that sort of like skill gap, or people who like to trade can sort of predict the market a bit better, which should be a reward. If you can predict the market and be ahead of the curve, you should be rewarded for it, right? So I do like they do these calendars, and I like that. It seems so weird because the last month or so, or 3 weeks or whatever it is, it feels like Sorare just didn't communicate anything. And then now they've given us a lot all at once, which is kind of felt like how it was at the start of the season, if that makes sense. So I don't really know what it is, but pretty much since obviously for those of you guys that are super into Sorare and you follow it a lot, you guys know that there was sort of a court case, with Sorare, and it seems like from then until now, for whatever reason, they just went sort of like radio silence with like updates and things. At least that's what I believe to be true anyway. Um, but yeah, I'd just like to see a bit more communication with them. Like how they do here, maybe like because it feels like they maybe do it like once a month, but I feel like maybe they could be doing a bit better of like updating the people, even if there's not much to update. Yeah, maybe once every 2 weeks or so might be nice. But yeah, anyway, enough of my yapping. Yeah, so we can see here we got lots of specialists, which I know a lot of people love to target these specialists, which is something that I've been thinking, that I should potentially be doing. Rather than entering in these in-season prem where I'm just winning boxes, I might look to approach one of these specials a bit differently. But yeah, you can see we've got like ultra offensive here, which I think is very cool. I like that they're playing on these positions, no defenders, free forwards. It's quite fun, interesting. Obviously, if you guys don't like that, that's fine. You don't have to enter it. But yeah, I like these sort of competitions that have weird and wacky rules because it sort of it just spices things up and allows for that strategy. And obviously we have one running right now, which is I think shooter's special, which is to do with shots on target, which I like stuff like that. I think it's quite fun, and it makes some of the cards that a great example in my gallery. Um, for example, I had a classic forward Joe Linton, but obviously usually he's playing midfield, although he has started playing the wing a bit more now. But like it makes a card like that even more valuable for like special comps like that because or if he has a midfielder card and he's playing on the wing, or like Almiron has a midfielder card and he's playing on the wing, then in a shooter special it'd be very good to have a midfielder like that because obviously he's playing on the wing but he's a midfield card. So it just adds a bit more value to the cards that are kind of like not in the right position, if that makes sense. I know a lot of people were using, for example, um, the forward Musiala is quite popular because obviously he's a midfielder, but you can put him as in the forward role, so that's quite cool. Um, but yeah, so sort of the same things going on with the European competitions. I like the Christmas classic event they're doing, so this sort of kinda pays back people who have them big, percentages on classic cards like 20%, yada yada yada. So what is it? One player max from the same team. So it's an anti-stack, 50k on the line, which is always nice to give back to the classic guys. I probably will enter it as well because why not? But yeah, we'll see how that goes on. My gallery is predominantly in season with under 23s, so yeah. Then the second half of December, obviously leading up to Christmas, we've got the underdog. I love the underdog competition because it sort of gives the players that aren't playing that well, it gives them again sort of a purpose, which is always good. Then we have a secret special, which could be interesting. Again, it's near that Christmas time, so maybe it's a big one. Fingers crossed. And then we got the All Star cap. People obviously always loving that. And then we have another interesting one here, Frozen Passer. So passes pass related. Okay, I think that's a typo there. They shouldn't be passes, should it? Pass related stats. That's what I should say. Passes related stats. Yeah, typo there. I'm pretty sure. Pass related stats don't count. Interesting. So you don't want any midfielders. Again, when I talk about um, having them sort of. So here you would want forwards who are a midfield card. Again, I think something like that. Because, for example, if you have an Almiron not that he's going to play, but you know what I mean, or if you have a Joe Linton and he's playing left wing, but you've got a midfield card, could be quite good because obviously you're going to get less passes if he's on the wing. Um, yeah, so interesting. And then we got a community vote, which is always nice to see. And then yeah, sort of recaps on sort of the rules and things like that, and more detail about each competition for those of you guys that are interested in targeting a certain one. But yeah, I really do like the new addition here with the new lineup builder, and I feel like this hopefully is the start of the upwards trajectory in Sorare. But yeah, not to be too negative about it because obviously it's been great. I would say a great start to the season, but I just sort of gave the vibe that it sort of was on the downwards for the last couple of weeks. So hopefully this helps pick it back up. And yeah, like they say here, more improvements are on the way, which is always nice to see. So hopefully in the next month or so, we see a big boom from Sorare. If anyone from Sorare for some reason is watching this video, I recommend attacking Sorare Rivals a little bit because it seems like it's got a little bit stale. Maybe it just needs, even if it's just a little, a little kick up the butt, a little bit more of a push. Because obviously, I think since when you downgrade things, I think this is how I'll put it, just from a user perspective. I think as soon as you downgrade something or you make something worse, I believe it sort of always carries on that trajectory of going down, 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 down until you sort of put something to stop the bleeding. So it's sort of like they kind of stabbed us with the with the whole changing of essence, which I understand from a business point you need to do for sustainability, whatever. But then it's sort of like they haven't stopped the bleeding yet, of because obviously that was a big incentive to play Sorrow Rivals was the rewards, but the rewards now are just for some people, obviously some people still play it, but some people probably stop playing it because it's like, what's the point? But like, yeah, you need to put something like a plaster on the cut. So yeah, hopefully they manage to sort out rivals, and this is a positive spin on or a positive update for Pro. So that's a good thing, and yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new, and I will be live later lineup building, so this will be useful. Yeah, come pop in and say hi, and if you need any help with your lineups, then yeah, that's the place to be. Catch you guys in a future video.